There's no reason for you to go to jail ever for a victimless crime. No one should be in jail ever for a victimless crime. And some people ask me, well, if this such thing of equity law exists, then how come everybody doesn't know it? Hi, this is probably one of the most important messages I have for anyone that's listening in right now. If you're listening in right now, you are on the right wavelength to equitable remedy. There are ways to exit the matrix and honor your contracts, because we're all contracted into slavery. The 14th Amendment said that there's no involuntary servitude, but you can volunteer into servitude, and chances are your parents volunteered you into servitude and you never questioned it. And that's sort of a long story, but there's actually ways you can rescission all your contracts and start digging up all the roots that has you connected to the contract, line stealing, cheating jurisdiction. There's a course out there that'll teach you the proper way to rescission and honor your contracts and discharge your debts, etc. It's not cheap. This information, the people that put this course together, they spent tens and thousands, $30,000 to learn this information. And they learned it from people that were doing it for, past 20 years plus. And I recognize some of the students from the, if you want to call it the freedom community. So some big names in the game are taking the course. And you should probably do that too. I'll put more information on my website. You can email me if you're interested, and I'll send you the links. It's private. It's a private membership. They don't advertise because they don't need that kind of heat, from the overlords, I guess. I would suggest getting yourself a Black's Law dictionary. And I'll just read basically what you're going to be learning in the course is equity law. So I'll just read the term equity for you. I mean, there's PDFs online you can find. You want to get 6th edition, so you want to get Black's Law Dictionary 6th edition. It's debtor-creditor relations. Equity. Justice administered according to fairness as contrasted with the strictly formulated rules of common law. It is based on a system of rules and principles which originated in England as an alternative to the harsh rules of common law, where some of the harsh rules is like hanging. The harsh rules of common law, and which were based on what was fair in a particular situation. One sought relief under this system in courts of equity rather than in courts of law. The term equity denotes the spirit of habit of fairness, justice, and right dealing, which would regulate the intercourse of men with men. Equity is a body of jurisprudence, which is like law science, that's what that means, or field of jurisdiction different in its origin, theory, and methods from the common law. Though procedurally, this is important, this is the important part, procedurally, in the federal courts and most state courts, equitable and legal rights and remedies are administered in the same court. It's really important for anyone that knows anything and has been maybe in the freedom community for a while. You'll know that all the courts are basically just contract courts. So you don't have any of your constitutional rights in those courts. And some of the professors have proven this, where they went to court and they asked them to read them their right to remain silent. And the guy goes, you don't have that right because you contracted into that court, basically. There's somewhere along the lines you signed something and now you're basically a slave by contract. You want to read all the maxims of equity, which is easily, you can search that easily on the internet, the maxims. Anyways, there's a lot more in this. Equity is on two pages of the book. So you can get this book for, it's actually kind of expensive, but you can get a used one for like $30-$40. You could also get it for $200, but it's, you know, obviously huge. But there is, like I said, there's PDFs, and I will try to get a PDF and put the link on my website. I've had it for people in the Freedom community sort of circle around copies, but I like to have hard copies of things, just in case like my computer glitches or something like that. Okay, so again, this is the remedy. There's a lot to study. It's about if you're really working hard, this is a 6-month course, but you'll end up learning, you know, all the, I don't even want to say tricks of the trade. You'll be learning equity law. This is an international course. So if you have a central bank, this works for you. The people that are taking this course aren't just Americans. There's Canadians, there's Australians, different countries in Europe. There's no reason for you to go to jail ever for a victimless crime. No one should be in jail ever for a victimless crime. And some people ask me, well, you know, if this such thing of equity law exists, then how come everybody doesn't know it? I'm like, because the legal system is incentivized for people not to know it. Duh. Like, if you incentivize lawyers that make a shit ton of money to attorney you, they're not lawyers, sorry. Lawyers and attorneys are two different things. You can read the definition of lawyer and read the definition of attorney, and they're different. They have different meanings. It's not like a cut and paste thing. But that should give you some sort of hope that, like, we can actually get out of the matrix, stay in honor. I didn't know that everything that I was doing, I was in dishonor. I know now. I know how to stay in honor now. I know how to honor my contracts. And I'm so grateful. I was actually praying because I was really worried about Auntie Iris coming and doing all the crazy stuff that they do. Stealing, thievery. They seem tyrannical, but the problem is that they're not actually tyrannical. You just contracted yourself to something that you didn't want because you thought that you had to. You don't actually have to. And there's ways to navigate that lawfully. Email me, I'll send you the info, and you will be on your first step out of ignorance and into freedom. Hope you guys have a great week. If you like this video, please like it, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, comment below, and that way I can make more videos that will hopefully be fun and informative. Have a good one. Thanks.